I'm joined now, as on every Thursday, by National's frontbencher Barnaby Joyce, the former Deputy Prime Minister. Barnaby Joyce, thanks for your time. Look, when so-called traditional owners can stop projects far out at sea, claim it's going to hurt a whale songline or a rainbow serpent, surely our laws need rewriting.
Well, obviously it's patently absurd. I mean, we're talking about something way out of sea, way out of sight. And what's dangerous about it is so much of our income. I mean, how do you expect to pay for your hospitals and your schools and your defence and your roads if you don't make money? Like, this is one of your big money earners. And if you don't like it, that's fine. Just show me the hospital you don't want, the road you don't want, and the pension increase you don't want, and all the social security support you don't need, because you stop making money. Now, the other thing that really worries me about this is two things. The word consult and the way the court overturned it. Because isn't the voice about consultation? And haven't we just seen just even that? Like, if you don't consult properly, then the court can overturn the decision. And they mightn't have vetoed it, they've just overturned it, like the decision never was. So there's a little bit of a little reference there about how courts and the judiciability of courts and the word consult, and on this issue, based on the premise of Aboriginality, can have massive effects on our economy. Yet we hear through the voice debate that nothing to worry about. All the judges come out, nothing to worry about. I wonder if any of the learned judges want to come out now and say, well, this is, of course, it's been done and it's completely legit and it's on the premise of consultation, but that's different consultation.
You make an excellent point, because this point has been raised by a number of judges already. When it comes to the voice, it says there shall be a voice that can make representations to the Parliament and indeed to public servants, from the Reserve Bank to the head of the Army. And the issue here is whether the courts, and particularly the High Court, can decide, well, a consultation must involve a process that the government adheres to, which means gumming up the whole works, slowing it down. Others dispute it, but this is a crucial issue, and we're seeing it play out just here, right here. Now, there are two issues here, though, aren't there, Barnaby? One is, should traditional owners really have a say on projects way out at sea when they were never sailors, right? They didn't go out that far. I'm struggling how traditional ownership applies here. And secondly, should Australians be bound by someone else's religious or spiritual beliefs? I don't know there's any other religion that gets that sort of legal backing. Well,
I think it obviously, you look at it, you want to be sympathetic, you don't want to be rude, but this is absurd. This is totally absurd. I mean, and so the whale songlines are going to be affected on the Woodside project, but they're A-OK with the offshore wind factories. I don't quite, what about the songlines there? Are they different? Well, they don't exist. These are these sort of, just this paradox and this crazy new world we're living in. And off our coast, the Chinese are doing a deal with the East Timorese. I don't think the Chinese and the East Timorese are going to have much of an issue with songlines. I don't think that's going to be an issue for them as they become stronger and closer and a greater threat to us. We have a job, become as strong as possible, as quickly as possible. And this absurdity on our side is getting laughed at on the other side as people say, well, they got a problem. The Chinese and the East Timor, well, the Chinese, because they're now in East Timor, you're going to say, well, we don't. And our job is we have to make a buck. We just have to make a buck if you want to make this economy work. You cannot work without income. You will be poor, and poor is not much fun.
Well, look, if Aboriginal groups insist on standing in the way of developments, and they include a uranium mine, obviously, I think the Jabiluka one in Arnhem Land, if they want to stand in the way of projects, fine. But then should we be cutting in proportion the more than $30 billion a year that we pay for Aboriginal programs? I mean, if you don't want the wealth, fine, but you don't get the wealth then too. I would have thought that's a sort of quid pro quo. But can you explain to me, Barnaby, why is the Albanese government funding the Environmental Defenders Office again when it's funding these kinds of things that strike directly at the wealth, by the way, that they get too through their funding?
Well, you know, this is the tithing to the chapel of craziness. We've got to fund the Environmental Defenders Office, and the Environmental Defenders Office goes out and rather than defend us, Australia, attacks Australia. And this is, why do we, you know, if it's kind of crazy that we're using the money, the wealth that we've made from such things as gas and from coal, from agricultural exports, to fund a group that want to get rid of gas and coal and agricultural exports. And in the process, make you poorer. And, well, you know, you look at all the clothes you wear, your overseas shirts and your overseas car and your overseas fuel and your overseas camera and your overseas television. Well, something's going to go on a boat and go in the other direction. And these are the things that go on a boat in the other direction. So we get terms of trade, so your currency's worth money, and so you can have that standard of living that you believe is your birthright. But you're going to lose that birthright if you let this sort of nutsful type of process get in place where you can't make a buck.